Brownsville's Mayor and City Commission select a new city manager who is ready to serve the people of this community and lead the city into its next chapter of advancement. City leaders are taking measures today to ensure all residents have multiple housing options in the future. And as residents look for ways to lower water costs at home, we take a look at a landscaping trend that can bring savings to your wallet. Your Brownsville TV News begins right now. Good day, Brownsville. I'm Jerry Villarreal. Welcome to this edition of Brownsville TV News. We're coming to you from the CMD complex in downtown Brownsville. So glad to have you with us. Brownsville continues to move forward in its chapter of growth with major economic development, capital projects, and long-range planning efforts underway across the city. Former Deputy City Manager Alan Gard has stepped into the city manager role, and he says his focus is on responsible growth, stronger partnerships, and preparing Brownsville for future generations. It's our top story. Brownsville TV News reporter Jennifer Galvan files this report.
Brownsville is growing, and the growth has brought new opportunities, new industries, and new expectations for the future. At the center of that next chapter is Alan Gard, Brownsville's new city manager. Mr. Gard, who previously served as interim city manager, was elected by Mayor John Cowan Jr. and the City Commission for his steady leadership, institutional knowledge, and nearly 4 decades of municipal experience. He also brings professional credentials as International City Management Association credentialed manager and certified government finance officer.
My focus is working with the City Commission, understanding what their vision is for all of this, and then helping lead city staff in a way that we engage our community and that we carry out the vision that the City Commission is setting up for us.
Gard steps into the role at the time when Brownsville continues its economic expansion. With giants like next decade Rio Grande LNG, Texas LNG, America First Refining, and soon expected to arrive Saronic Technologies integrating into the community, they're creating more jobs and higher wages for local residents. Gard says the city's role is to make sure residents are connected to those opportunities.
The whole thing is having a tremendous impact on Brownsville. And so we are going to be in the middle of that. And so my focus is, how do we take advantage of that? How do we make sure we are providing adequate infrastructure, adequate housing, adequate quality of life? All of those things are important.
A major part of Gard's leadership vision is the city's one city culture.
One city!
Which brings city departments, industries, schools, workforce partners, nonprofits, and residents together as one unified team.
I want to make sure that we maintain that one city culture, that one city identity. That really helps carry this momentum forward in a unified way where everybody's on the same page, we all agree what the goals are.
That teamwork will be crucial as Brownsville manages major long-term plans. The city's capital improvement program includes nearly $480 million in projects through 2031. Gard says those projects must be managed with transparency and accountability.
As the City Commission has budget workshops and we talk about the budget very publicly, I think the community will very transparently be able to see how we are using the citizen survey and using their feedback to try to spend and allocate our resources in a way that address those gaps and those challenges.
The city is also advancing planning efforts tied to downtown, parks, housing, and the Gladys Porter Zoo master plan. Gard says those plans are part of a larger effort to prepare Brownsville for tomorrow's residents while protecting the city's identity. Gard also says investing in Brownsville's future means investing in people, including the next generation of city leaders.
It's an exciting time to be here, and there's so much happening. In my career, I've learned that working for cities is about building community. And so I do that on a daily basis. Every day when I come in, I'm excited to get up and be a part of building what Brownsville is going to become.
Gard says Brownsville's future is strong, but success will depend on planning, partnership, and continued public service. For Brownsville TV News, I'm Jennifer Galvan.
Mayor Cowan says Gard's selection provides stability during a time of growth while also supporting the development of future municipal leaders from within. With Mr. Gard's selection as city manager, he has promoted both former assistant city managers Felix Salceda and Doroteo Garcia. Salceda was also serving as chief of police during his tenure as assistant city manager. Marina Solesi, the former chief of staff, has been promoted to interim assistant city manager. The new roles are designed to give them expanded responsibility over city departments, while also providing more opportunities for cross-training and professional development. With Salceda moving into his new position, the city will also begin the process of hiring a new chief of police. The plan keeps public safety a top priority while continuing funding for parks, libraries, metro transit, and planned projects in the city's multi-year, more than $480 million capital improvement plan.
As you watch this budget process progress, as the City Commission has budget workshops and we talk about the budget very publicly, as we share our recommended budget at the end of July after we get the certified tax roll, I think the community will very transparently be able to see how we are using the citizen survey and using their feedback to try to spend and allocate our resources in a way that address those gaps and those challenges.
The city is reviewing a possible stormwater utility fee to help fund flood control projects, drainage maintenance, and infrastructure improvements. The budget process will continue through public workshops and hearings before final approval is considered in September. A draft budget is expected to be available online by the end of the summer, giving residents time to review it. Brownsville is receiving nearly $22 million through the Texas Middle Mile program to expand the city's broadband fiber network. The project will add about 138 miles of fiber, creating new connections for neighboring communities, strengthening internet access across the region. The project is expected to benefit about 50,000 residents throughout the region, including communities like Starbase, San Benito, Los Indios, Rio Hondo, Laguna Vista, and Port Isabel. The investment will help support future economic development while improving access to education, healthcare, and other essential services that depend on high-speed internet. At City Hall, work crews are preparing to begin a major modernization project, which includes upgrades to the building's HVAC system, electrical service, and network infrastructure. To minimize disruptions, the renovations will be completed floor by floor, with departments temporarily relocating to the Cummings Middle School campus on a rotating schedule. Work will begin on the 5th floor in December of 2026 and move down through the building, with the final phase of the first floor expected to wrap up in March 2028. On your screen now are the affected departments and the expected renovation timeline for each floor. We will share on our social media public access details and any timeline updates ahead of each phase. In other news, businesses across Brownsville have an opportunity to get a refresh through a new pilot program aimed at helping them improve their storefronts. Brownsville TV News reporter Roland Olvera has the details.
For many small businesses, the front of their building is the first thing customers see. The Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation is working to help local business owners make those storefronts stand out. Through the new Big Lift program, BCIC is expanding on its Downtown Big program by helping small businesses across Brownsville.
Well, through the type of enhancements that can be applied, it is for parking lots, restriping, ADA accessibility, storefront in terms of lighting, security, door, window, and awning replacement, as well as signage. So it's an attempt to bring more traffic for our small business communities, as well as make it more accessible for the community members to attend.
The program offers grants of up to $30,000 for eligible projects. To qualify, businesses must be located within Brownsville city limits, locally owned, independently operated, have fewer than 20 employees, and have been open for at least 2 years. For BICC, the goal is not only to improve storefronts, but to support businesses that have already been serving the community.
We want to work with these businesses that have been here for years, have been serving the community with either amazing food or amazing retail opportunities, but it is a way to really just drive that traffic into them.
The pilot program is also a way to see where the need is greatest and how it can continue supporting small businesses across the city. The feedback from business owners could help shape what the program looks like moving forward. For Brownsville TV News, I'm Roland Olvera.
Business owners can find application details, guidelines, and waitlist information by scanning the QR code on your screen. District 1 applications have already closed, and District 2 is set to open starting September 1st through October 9th of 2026. District 3 applications will open on December 1st, 2026 through January 15, 2027, followed by District 4 from March 1st through April 19th, 2027. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur or business owner in Brownsville, the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation is also giving you the opportunity to strengthen your business skill set through a free educational program. The eBridge Business Academy is being facilitated by UTRGV's Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center at the eBridge Center. It's the largest incubator and business resource hub in the Rio Grande Valley. The Academy helps participants develop business fundamentals, connect with the mentors, and build a network of fellow entrepreneurs.
Within the pipeline that we have of programming here at eBridge, that's actually what we consider our first step. So in order to move forward and apply for grants or apply for different opportunities, then the eBridge Business Academy actually allows you to build that strong foundation so that you can continue to move forward. And then the really neat part about that is that not just a community, but you also get to work with mentors one-on-one, so you start to build those connections further.
The next Academy session begins August 4th with classes offered in both English and Spanish. The program is free through BCIC sponsorship, but the participants must attend all sessions in person. To register or learn more, you can scan the QR code on your screen. To the Port of Brownsville now, where a project nearly 20 years in the making is now complete. Federal, local, and private partners gathered to celebrate the completion of the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project. Brownsville TV News reporter Xavier Aguilar has more on what this means for trade, industry, and the future of the Port of Brownsville.
The Port of Brownsville is now home to the third deepest port in Texas. The Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project deepened the Brownsville Ship Channel by an additional 10 feet, taking the entrance and jetty channels from 44 to 54 feet and the main channel from 42 to 52 feet. The extra depth represents more than just a construction milestone.
10 feet might not mean a lot, but in the shipbuilding business, 10 feet in the size of the ship, you add the cargo space by 28%, I believe. And so that turns into efficiency, which means they use less fuel, less people to handle the ship, and there's more movement.
The deeper channel means larger vessels carrying heavier cargo can now access the port more efficiently, reducing vessel transit times, strengthening navigation safety, and supporting more cargo movement through South Texas. The project is also expected to support industrial growth at the port, including energy exports, manufacturing, metals, and other cargo-related industries.
What this could do is, like, for example, right now, we can bring in about 45,000 metric tons. Now, a ship going to be able to go up to 70, 80,000 metric tons. So that's a great value to a shipper or an industry who wants to be able to take advantage of the deep dredge port.
The completed channel project creates new opportunities for companies looking to move larger ships and heavier cargo through South Texas. The Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project was selected by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in 2019 as one of only 4 public-private partnership pilot projects in the country and the only navigation project included.
But you know what? There's studies done that what it does on the outside and all the residual jobs that come out of this, when you're looking at the restaurant industry, hotel industry, contract industry out there, these type of investments coming into the community, that money gets spread out through all industries throughout the valley. And a lot of them are already existing businesses here in the valley.
Now that the project is completed, port officials say the deeper channel positions Brownsville for long-term growth, stronger international trade, and a larger role in the nation's maritime supply chain. For Brownsville TV News, I'm Xavier Aguilar.
Port leaders say environmental standards were also part of the project's long-term planning. As the port continues to grow, officials say future development will need to balance industrial expansion with environmental responsibility. With the Port of Brownsville's deepening project now completed, another potential development could bring even more maritime growth to the region. Saronic Technologies is considering Brownsville as a possible home for Port Alpha, its proposed naval shipyard project. If selected, the project could bring $3.2 billion investment and create about 10,000 jobs over the next decade, with an average salary of about $100,000 a year. To help make Brownsville more competitive, Cameron County Commissioners recently approved a tax incentive package worth approximately $211 million, which would give the company a 95% property tax break over 20 years. Local leaders say the incentive is aimed at attracting long-term investment, high-paying jobs, and positioning the region as a major center for shipbuilding and maritime technology. No final decision has been made as Saronic Technologies continue to evaluate its options before selecting a site. Brownsville TV News is launching a new series looking at the SpaceX and next decade Rio Grande LNG's impact on Brownsville, from economic growth to the housing and quality of life. In the first of 3-part series, Brownsville TV News reporter Laura B. Martinez takes a closer look at our growth in our city and what it means for homebuyers and the resources available to them.
Brownsville continues to attract new businesses, create jobs, and welcome more families every year. But even with that growth, local realtors say it's still one of the most affordable places in Texas to buy a home. The median home price is around $250,000, making home ownership more attainable than in many other parts of the state.
The big thing is we have a wide range of homes, right? So you can buy a condo, you can buy a duplex, you can buy a house, and the price points can, you can find something in the hundreds all the way up to, almost $1 million or over $1 million. So there's homes out there for everybody.
For first-time buyers, affordability isn't just about home prices. Several programs are also available to help make home ownership a reality. One of those is offered through the nonprofit Come Dream, Come Build, which has become one of the largest providers of affordable housing for families in Texas.
Our main mission at CDCB is to help people improve their financial wellness and improve their individual family balance sheet. And the way that most people have grown wealth in this country is through buying a home.
The organization offers a variety of mortgage options and can connect qualified buyers with down payment assistance and other financial resources.
We're a Texas licensed mortgage company. We have affordable mortgage lending, and then we access different types of assistance. So not every family gets assistance, not every family needs assistance. We don't give assistance to everybody, but if they do, then we're able to access it from different organizations.
Mitchell Bennett says the goal goes beyond financing a home. It's about helping families build a future.
The American dream is alive and well in Brownsville, Texas, and I'm proud to say that.
For local realtors, helping someone buy their first home is often the most rewarding part of the job.
Taking someone who's been a renter for a long time and then all of a sudden buying their first house. You get to see the reaction of them saying, wow, this is mine.
As Brownsville continues to grow, housing experts say there are still opportunities for buyers at every stage of life. For Brownsville TV News, I'm Laura B. Martinez.
For those interested in learning more about home buying programs or available resources, you can contact local housing organizations, speak with a licensed realtor, or visit the Come Dream, Come Build website. Their QR code is on your screen. Residents will soon see one expense removed from their Brownsville PUB monthly bill. Brownsville City Commissioners recently approved the removal of the $6.25 monthly Resaca fee. City leaders are now moving forward with plans to create a new stormwater utility fee to provide a dedicated funding source for drainage, Resaca maintenance, and flood prevention. The program will support routine maintenance of drainage systems and help the city respond more effectively before, during, and after storm events. The new fee would be used only for drainage and Resaca-related services as the city continues to develop the program. The City of Brownsville is growing greener one tree at a time. The Engineering and Public Works Department's Greens Division is working to expand the city's tree canopy through projects designed to make neighborhoods, parks, and trails more inviting for residents. One of the newest initiatives is a tiny forest plan near the West Rail Trail in the Morrison neighborhood. The project will transform an underdeveloped parcel of land into a dense green space with fast-growing trees and shrubs, bringing more nature into an urban area.
With that, we're going to see a lot more shade for when it gets really hot outside, a nice green space for kids to play in and get in touch with nature, and overall just improve mental health for everybody involved in the community.
Beyond planting new trees, the city is also focused on protecting the ones already rooted in the community. Under Brownsville's tree prevention ordinance, trees measuring between 12 and 24 inches in diameter are classified as protected trees and generally require a tree removal permit before they can be removed. Trees measuring 24 inches or greater are designed as heritage trees, and removing them requires approval from the Brownsville City Commission. The Greens Division is also planting trees along the West Rail Trail and other popular walking and biking routes, with support from grants awarded by the Texas A&M Forest Service and Scenic Texas, helping create cooler, greener public spaces for future generations. The City of Brownsville has been named a recipient of the 2026 Governor's Community Achievement Award, one of the Texas' highest environmental honors presented by Keep Texas Beautiful. The award recognizes communities for excellence in beautification, litter prevention, recycling, and environmental stewardship. In 2025, Brownsville hosted 34 cleanups and beautification events, engaging more than 1,200 volunteers and removing over 51,000 pounds of litter and debris. As part of the recognition, Brownsville will receive a $310,000 landscaping project from TxDOT to support future improvements along a state-maintained roadway. As summer continues to bring little rain across our city, residents are looking for ways to keep their lawns green. And keeping lawns green may require consistent watering, which could mean a bigger water bill. But some residents are rethinking their options to keeping their lawns looking good and that water bill in check. Brownsville TV News reporter Adalberto Guzman takes a look at how Xeriscaping can help.
In the heat of summer, many homeowners are looking for ways to keep their yards beautiful. For many, this means lush greenery and constant attention and maintenance. However, there are other options. One of these options is Xeriscaping. Xeriscaping is a landscaping method that uses drought-tolerant plants, many native species, less irrigation, and thoughtful design to reduce the need for constant upkeep. To many, Xeriscaping may mean a yard full of rocks or cacti. However, Xeriscapes can vary to include colorful flowers, shrubs, alternative ground cover, and shade trees that thrive in our South Texas climate. A Xeriscaped yard can not only help lower monthly water bills, but it can also reduce the time spent mowing and maintaining a lawn, while helping support local pollinators like bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds.
Once you start putting the Xeriscape, you put landscaping in there that has to do with mulch, has to do with stones and other types of landscape. You don't have to maintain it every 2 weeks. It maintains itself.
Using plants that are adapted to the region also helps our environment with less need for fertilizers and pesticides.
We have Texas lantanas that are bushes, very nice, pretty bushes. They bloom in the summer. I don't know if you've noticed right now in the city of Brownsville, you see a lot of blooming trees, you see a lot of blooming plants because they're natives. We have the red yucca, which is really good. On trees that give shade, we have our ebonies, Texas ebonies.
Experts say residents don't have to redesign their entire yard all at once. Homeowners can start small.
Honestly, anybody can do it. We offer in the city of Brownsville a UDC that has a list of plants and trees that are very native to us, and it's very easy to do. You clean up a space, you put the mulch down, you start putting your plants, you put mulch around it, and you leave it alone. There's a minimal watering for the plants to grow and the trees once they're growing. That's it. Anybody can do it.
Xeriscaping offers residents a practical way to create landscapes that are attractive, sustainable, and are better adapted for the area that we live in. For Brownsville TV News, I'm Adalberto Guzman.
If you're ready to make changes to your yard, you can start by looking for native or drought-tolerant plants that work well in South Texas. Local nurseries and home improvement stores can also help homeowners find plants and materials that fit their space, budget, and watering needs. And did you know that Xeriscaping can indeed save you money? Landscaping experts say using plants and materials that require less water and upkeep, homeowners can cut back on mowing, trimming, irrigation, and replacement of plants during periods of extreme heat. For those who hire landscapers, a lower maintenance yard can also mean fewer service visits throughout the year.
Many costs are saved with this. Number one, you don't have to water them that much. These are very high tolerant bushes, flowers, and even trees that once you plant them and they're growing, you don't have to water them a lot, so you save a lot in water. You save a lot in maintenance of your mowing.
While there may be an upfront cost to redesign a yard, experts say many homeowners can start small and make changes in phases. As water, fuel, and landscaping costs continue to rise, Xeriscaping is becoming an option for residents who want to save money while still maintaining curb appeal. A new student-led UTRGV community harvest garden is taking root at Lucena House on East Madden Street in downtown Brownsville. The project began through one of UTRGV's designated student learning summer courses and was established in late May with help from Service Learning Ambassadors. What started as an open outdoor space has now been turned into a small harvest garden filled with vegetables that can handle the South Texas heat. The garden includes maize, okra, eggplant, jalapenos, bell peppers, and other plants commonly used in local households. The goal is to connect the university with the surrounding community while also showing residents how they can grow food at home.
Definitely, like I said, I think this garden could be a real good connection from the university to the community and the community to the university. And so in our time since the end of May, we've had the opportunity to meet many of our community members that have seen the little plants growing little by little, how excited they are.
Signs in English and Spanish invite community members to harvest vegetables once they are ready. The project will continue into the fall 2026 semester with plans to partner with a local nonprofit to help residents take part in the care and long-term sustainability of the garden. Brownsville Metro has completed its first ever microtransit and operational analysis study identifying opportunities to improve public transportation throughout the city. The study evaluated how on-demand microtransit services could enhance connections to the existing B-Metro system, expand access to jobs, education, and essential services, and better serve hard-to-reach neighborhoods and colonias. The analysis also examined the performance of current fixed route and paratransit services to identify ways to increase ridership, improve efficiency, and create a more effective transit network. Study findings will help guide future transportation planning and service improvements across Brownsville. Brownsville Metro is expanding rider amenities with the purchase of 17 solar-powered Monopoles shelters and 1 additional bus shelter across its transit system. The Monopoles are designed to resemble the city's existing solar shelters and will be installed in high ridership areas where limited right-of-way prevents larger shelter installations. Each unit includes seating, solar-powered lighting, and 200-watt solar panel to improve visibility and comfort for passengers. The project is funded through the Federal Transit Administration and is expected to be completed by September 2026. The City of Brownsville has unveiled a new public mural celebrating the culture, pride, and binational identity of the community. The mural is located on the side wall of El Gran Mercado at East 12th Street and East Elizabeth Street. Brownsville was selected through the Star Spangled Texas Mural Competition, a statewide initiative celebrating America 250, and is the only city in South Texas chosen for the honor. Created by Los Otros Mural Agency in San Antonio, the artwork features a colorful backdrop inspired by regional textiles and a young couple in traditional Mexican attire reflecting the connection between Brownsville and Matamoros. The contest was created by Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages in partnership with Texas Monthly Studio to recognize communities that showcase creativity, civic pride, and community spirit. The new mural is now another landmark celebrating what makes Brownsville unique. The City of Brownsville's Health, Wellness, and Animal Services Department has wrapped up the community survey phase of the Blue Zones Ignite initiative. The Gallup poll, which was sent to randomly selected households, gathered feedback from residents about health, wellness, and quality of life. Now those results will be reviewed to determine whether Brownsville is ready to move into the next phase of the Blue Zones process, known as Ignite.
The ultimate goal of Blue Zones is based on how do we live longer, how do we live better, and how do we live healthier. We want to increase the life expectancy in the communities, and we know that we already have good rates of physical activity, but we want higher rates of physical activity and lower rates of obesity and diabetes.
If the assessment shows the city is ready, Brownsville could begin working with Blue Zone experts to develop a long-term plan focused on improving community well-being. Residents will also have another opportunity to learn more about the initiative during a community meeting planned for September, where city leaders will share more information about the assessment and discuss the path forward. The Brownsville Public Library System is continuing its accreditation through the Texas State Library and Archives Commission. The annual process reviews the library's funding, visits, programming, and services. For the Brownsville's public library system, which serves about 608,000 visitors each year, the recognition helps both branches qualify for grants, internet support, interlibrary loans, and other online databases.
It's a state requirement for all libraries in Texas to go ahead and submit our annual stats, including funding, visits, programming. And so once they review it, and they go ahead and award us accreditation, then we're eligible to go ahead and participate in any grants that they have, which luckily we've been able to do and receive.
Those grants have helped bring new resources and services to the community, including equipment inside the library's makerspace. By continuing its accreditation, the library system can build on those services and keep providing more resources for Brownsville residents. First Friday is moving to Second Friday this month in observance of the 4th of July. First Friday is moving to Second Friday this month in observance of the 4th of July. Join us in downtown Brownsville on Friday, July 10th for the same great fun you know and love. Enjoy live music across 3 stages, local vendors, food, family-friendly activities, and plenty of energy throughout downtown. The fun starts Friday, July 10th. We'll see you there. Before we go, I want to invite you to stay connected with us. Scan the QR code on your screen and receive our Brownsville community newsletter. We look forward to staying in touch. That's all our time for now. I'm Jerry Villarreal. We'll see you next time.
One city, one city, one city.